Hey, sports fans, Larry Eder here in Budapest, Hungary at the National Athletics Center. It's August 21st. It's Monday night. I swear to God, I haven't had caffeine today. Can you believe it? Track and field makes me go crazy. Okay, we got some great finals, all right? We're going to start with the men's triple jump because I like to say the name Hugues, Fabrice, Zango, but even better, I like to say Burkina Faso. My favorite name for a country besides the United States, right? So Hugues Fabrice Zango has won Olympic medals, world championship medals. This time he wins the gold medal in the triple jump, what people used to call the hop, skip, and jump, right? Okay. So he went 17.64 meters. Lázaro Martínez from Cuba, silver, 1741. And Kristjan Nápoles from Cuba, 1740, personal best. Now, let's talk about this for a while. The triple jump started out with Will Clay, who he's been on 7 world championship teams, I believe. Will led at 1688, good opener. And then Mr. Zango went out and put it out there about 1740. Right, yeah, it was 1740. And then Lázaro Martínez woke up, and the excitable Cuban went 1741. And but Kristjan Nápoles went 1740, which was a big jump for him. The Italians used to have some really good triple jumpers. So apparently they got one again. And he scored a PB. Yaming Zhu, 1715, just couldn't get it going. Yasser Tricky from Algeria, 1701 and 5th, and Yawing Fang, 1701. Will Clay got to 1699. He ended up in 7th. But it's Hugues Fabrice Zango night. Burkina Faso is celebrating. This is a big deal for them. They got a world championship gold. Hugues is a really cool dude, too. I love watching him jump. He trains in France. Lázaro Martínez is one of this incredible group of Cuban jumpers. I swear to God, Cuban triple jumpers just like sprout out of the water. I don't know if it's because they're driving around in 58 Chevys or they have good coffee, or they're listening to the collected works of Fidel Castro. I have no idea. But Cuba got the silver and the bronze. Lázaro Martínez in the silver and Kristjan Nápoles in the bronze. That sounds like a real Italian name, but maybe he's Italian and Cuban. Okay, so that's the triple jump. Pretty cool, huh? Let's move on. We're going to talk about the semifinals of the 110 hurdles. The first one was won by Shunsuke Izumiya from Japan, 1316. He's a Japanese record holder. Daniel Roberts, a U.S. champion, 1319. And in 3rd was Just Kwao-Mathi from France, 1331. The French have a lot of really good hurdlers. In the second heat, Grant Holloway, you may have heard of him, world indoor record holder, world indoor champion, 2-time world outdoor champion, Olympic silver medalist, won in 1302. And in second was Sasha Zoya from France, 1315 PB. Mark my words, Sasha Zoya is going to be doing some stuff. He's a tough hurdler. He was at the under 20s last year and won. And he's a big thing. The French love him. So, man, the French love him. I got to love him, right? All right. In 3rd was Enrique Lopes, L-L-O-P-I-S. 1330 equaled his PB from España. Cordell Tinch did not move on. Cordell had run a good earlier round, but he finished in 1331. And then in the final semifinal, it was Freddie Crittenden. Looked pretty damn impressive. 1317 seasonal best, followed by Hansle Parchment, the Olympic champion, 1318. You remember Hansle last year created some drama because he was warming up during the World Champs and had to pull out of the final because he pulled the muscle. In 3rd, Wilhelm Belocian from France, 1323. He qualified. And Jason Joseph, the national record holder from Switzerland, in 4th, 1325. Now, the 110 final will be in a bit, so I'm going to add some drama and, tell you about some of the other events. Sports fans, how Larry loves a good discus, right? Well, I got to tell you, this was a great discus. It wasn't just a good discus. It was a great discus. You had Daniel Stahl, you had Kristjan Ceh, you had Mykolas Alekna, who I hadn't seen for a while, Matthew Denny, Frederick Dockers, Andreas Gudzis, Lucas Vossenhager, Henrik Jensen, Brian Williams. It was a plethora of discus throwers. Now, you don't say disci throwers, right? You say discus throwers. Okay, anyway. So, Kristjan Ceh was just cruising along, looking really good, you know, and on the sixth throw, he dropped a 70.02 bomb. And he looked really good for the gold medal. And our friend Mykolas Alekna was in the bronze position at 68.85. And then my favorite Swede, Daniel Stahl, was in the silver position. But Daniel Stahl is 1 kg Swede. And I say this with respect. I met Daniel at the Doha meet. I went up to him. The guy's like, 6'10", and he's a pretty good sized guy. He's had some, ate a lot of herring. And anyway, I went up to him at the counter and I said, Daniel, I am not a stalker. I just want to say hello. I write RunBlogRun, and I write nice things about you and your fellow discus thrower. I love that picture of you guys jumping up when you went 1-2 in the Europeans. And he just started laughing. He was really nice. Anyway, so Daniel Stahl gets in there, winds up 71.46 championship record, sports fans. Amazing. But this is what he does afterwards. You know how his shirt has Sweden on it? It's totally cool. He just went like this. And he kept that Daniel Stahl face, man, that doesn't change on his guy, right? Then he kneels down and he does this thing too, It was totally cool. And you see Kristjan Ceh off to the side. Kristjan is about 6'9". He's taller than Daniel, but he's got a good sense of humor. These guys, they compete against each other all the time. They're like the 110 hurdlers. They beat the crap out of each other, event after event after event. If you're in the discus, if you're in the hurdles, man, you are on it every time you compete. So Kristjan is kind of smiling a little bit with, Daniel doing this thing. But it was a great discus. Daniel Stahl, 71.46 championship record. Kristjan Ceh from the Slovak Republic, 70.02 silver medal. And from Lithuania, Mykolas Alekna, 68.85. Yes, Mykolas is the son of Virgilijus Alekna. Virgilijus is the biggest discus thrower, male human being I have ever seen. I remember meeting him in Gothenburg in 95. I swear to God, the guy's 6'9", 6'10", but he has this wingspan that's like, wow. And he used to scare the crap out of me because he would get this look when he threw. And it was like he was just calling in all the gods of Lithuania to help him throw, right? So Mykolas got the bronze. In fourth was Aussie Matthew Denny, 68.24, national record. In fifth, Frederick Dockers. You've heard that name before. Frederick's from Jamaica, and he's a pretty darn good thrower. He's medaled before, 66.72. And in sixth place from Lithuania, Andreas Gudzis. He's been around forever, 66.16. And in seventh from Austria, Lucas Vossenhager. He is 65.54, but he's the Austrian record holder. And in eighth place, Germany, Henrik Janssen, 63.80. Brian Williams from the U.S. was the first U.S. finisher in ninth at 63.62. But a glorious discus throw. The throws have been great here, and the crowd dug it. The crowd knows throws. Hungarians know throws. Goulash, paprikash, hammer throw, discus throw, javelin. Okay? That's the way it works in this country. Okay. The 100 meters is all about speed. It's a celebration of movement, but it's also an event where people totally mess with each other. And I love watching the mental games. It's just incredible. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is a 5-time world champion. This woman knows how to race, and she knows how to totally mess with people. And sometimes she doesn't even have to mess with people. She just scares the hell out of them. So in the first heat, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the Jamaican pocket rocket, I've interviewed her many times. She's very sweet in the interviews, but I see her get the warrior face on, and I totally respect it. I would not mess with this woman. She runs 10.89. That's a good message opening up, right? Tamari Davis from the U.S., 10.98. And Uwa Sobota from Poland. She goes 11.01. Now remember, Uwa, Polish star. She ran 10.94 earlier this season, her first time under 11, and then she ran 10.99 in the qualifying. So she could be a player. In Heat 2, Sharika Jackson won in 10.79, sending another message to Shelley and Fraser Price. In second place from Cote d'Ivoire, and I love saying Cote d'Ivoire, was Marie-José Talou, 10.79. She qualified. And in third, Sha'Carri Richardson, 10.84. But here's the thing about Sha'Carri. Sha'Carri did not get the auto qualifier. She got the small cube. She had to wait till after the third heat. Now, what happens in the third heat? Well, listen on, dear readers. Julian Alfred got totally hosed. This was really weird. Because remember last year she got DQ'd? And she had this really tight reaction time. It was just a little weird. This time, her reaction time it was kind of weird, and she got a yellow card. But she comes back, and now she has this one of the slowest reaction times, and she runs 10.92. Brittany Brown from the U.S. runs 10.97. Dina Asher-Smith runs 11.01. Dina gets a small Q, so they move on, okay? Now, we're going to add a little drama, and we'll talk about the finals shortly. To add a little drama into it, I'm going to we'll talk about the women's 400 hurdles. Yeah, there's a lot of women 400 hurdlers, kids. There's 5 heats, the women 400 hurdles, and there's like 3 for the men. So in the first heat, it's Russell Clayton, 53.97, Delilah Muhammad, 54.21, Carolina Krofsik, 54.53, Vivi Lekinun, 54.65, and Rebecca Sartori, 54.82, personal best. 5 moved on, right? Second heat, Genevieve Russell, 54.53, Anna Cockrell, 54.68, Gianna Woodruff, 55.31, Savannah Sutherland, 55.85, Cheyenne Da Silva, 56.25. What is it about the 400 hurdles for women? I think it's the most sadistic event out there. Kemi Adekoya, 53.56, area record for Bahrain. Andrietta Knight, 54.21, Ayomidi Foloruso, 54.30, Kathleen Peters, 54.95, and Zenny Vandervalt from South Africa, 55.21. Let's go to Heat 4. Femke Bol. People thought that, after her collapse on the first night in the mixed 4x4, and then she ran well in the heats yesterday in the 400, and she drops a 53.39, and I think she was on a 52 pace, and she just had a sack lunch. So she won. Victoria Tachik from Ukraine, 55.05. Hane Kloss, 55.13. Lena Koster, 55.23. And Eileen Demis. That's it for Heat 4. And then Heat 5, Jessie Knight from Great Britain, 54.27. She won. Shamir Little was leading and kind of dropped off, 54.40. Anna Rikazova from the Ukraine. She's been around forever, man. 54.70. Nikoleta Gichova from the Czech Republic, 55.10. And Nouri Anadi from Morocco, 55.21. They haven't had a good Moroccan woman 400 hurdler since the 90s. That's kind of cool. Okay, so that's the semis for the women's 400 hurdles. So we're going to go to the men's now. Bear with me. Sometimes it takes, us old guys a little time to get stuff done here. Okay, here we go. There's 3 heats, thank God, for the 400-meter hurdles for men, and only 2 are moving on. So this is really interesting. So Kyron McMaster, IVB, he ran 47.72. Rasmus Mage from Estonia, he's been around forever, 48.30. They both qualified. CJ Allen moved on with a small Q. He ran 48.44. Second heat, Rai Benjamin, 47.24. Ooh, he qualifies. Alessandro Santos, remember last year, 2022 world champion, 47.38. He's got the big Q. And then in the final heat, the crazy Viking, Karsten Warholm, 47.09. Now, it's only Karsten Warholm who can make a 47.09 seem mundane. What does that tell you about the final, kids? And second was Rashawn Clark from Jamaica, 47.34 world under 20 record. Wow, wow, wow. And third, Trevor Bassett, small Q, moves on, 47.38. BB in the semis. That's telling you something. I think Trevor can go in the 47.20s or so. And in fourth place, Joshua Abuaku from Germany, 48-39. The final of the 400 hurdles, both of them are going to be insane. All right, let's move on. Oh, we didn't do the women's 400, and I've got to pay some respect here. So, in the first heat of the women's 400, Marlady Paulino, 49.54, Dominican Republic. She's the top-rated 400-meter runner now that our friend Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is not competing. Rosidat Adeleke from Ireland, 49.87. She's got the big Q. Cynthia Bolingo, 49.96 from Belgium, small Q. And Candice McLeod, Jamaica, 50.82 small Q. Now, I met Robert Heffernan, one of my heroes, 50K race walker, who is a team manager for Ireland. And he told me Rosidat is the real thing. If Robert Heffernan tells you something, you believe it. Now, in the second heat, I got to tell you, Leaky Clover's looking good. 49.87 from the Netherlands. She's Femke Bol's training partner, and she just popped it out there. She got the big Q. Talitha Diggs from the U.S., 50.86, big Q. And in heat 3, Natalia Kazmarek from Poland. She's been running really well. 49.50, big Q. Sada Williams, 49.58 national record. Linda Irby Jackson, 50.71 in third. Victoria Ohuragu, 50.74. That's the women's 400. This is all about the men's 110 hurdles. Grant Holloway's won 219, 222. In 221, he took the silver in the Olympics. Hansle Parchment got him. In 2022, Hansle Parchment strained a muscle just as they were warming up in the for the finals. And Devin Allen got TQ'd, which was a load of bullshit. But it was Grant Holloway's race, and he just kicked butt. And then Trey Cunningham in 2022 was second. Trey's not in this race, but you have Grant Holloway, Hansle Parchment. You have Shinzuki Izuyama, Freddie Crittenden, Daniel Roberts, Sasha Zoya, Jason Joseph, William Balassian. Grant Holloway gets a strong start. Hurdle 1, hurdle 2, hurdle 3, hurdle 4, hurdle 5, hurdle 6, hurdle 7, hurdle 8, hurdle 9, hurdle 10. And that's what I do. I count to make sure the guys aren't hitting the hurdles because I get all freaked out. Grant Holloway looked great. Superb hurdling, sprinted to the finish, no wasted effort, totally focused. 12.96 seasonal best, third gold. Second place, Hansle Parchment, Olympic champion, 13.07 seasonal best. And third, Daniel Robertson, 13.09 bronze medal. Fourth was Freddie Crittenden. Fifth was Shinzuki Izuyama, 13.19. And sixth was Sasha Zoya, 13.26, on his way to Paris 2024 and LA 2028. But this is the Grant Holloway show. And Grant got out here and he said afterwards that apparently people gave him a little bit of shit his first round. And I didn't hear it. I was watching the race, and sometimes I tune things out. So, but he was a little upset. He used it for motivation, and he won his third gold medal. And he is now focused on Paris 2024. That's what it's all about for him. So the final event of the night, sports fans, the one we've been waiting for. Does Sha'Carri meet her destiny? Does Sha'Carri Richardson meet her destiny? Now, Mike is passing out because I've said Sha'Carri twice correctly. Doesn't happen most days. It's kind of the sign of the end times. So I'm going to say Sha'Carri a third time. All right. So in the final, was Sha'Carri Richardson, Brittany Brown, Dina Asher-Smith, Ua Sabota, Julian Alfred, Marie-Jose Talou, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, and Shericka Jackson. Everybody was telling me Shericka Jackson. Robert Heffernan, the Irish 50K superstar, said, Larry, who you picking? And I said, Sha'Carri. I picked Noah Lyles last night in Let's See Tobago too, so just so you know. And every once in a while, I'm not smoking the crack pipe, and as my readers say, and I can't pick it. But let's tell you how this race went. Sha'Carri's out in lane 9, kids, because she had one of the, she got a small Q, came in. Shericka Jackson, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, Marie-Jose Talou, Julian Alfred, there's big arguments for them medaling. At the end of the day, Sha'Carri got a great start, but she was in lane 9, and I don't think she even knew where people were around her. She just executed She was flying down the track. At 70 meters, she was up with everybody. She went by them over the last 30. That's where she won it. She took the race away from them. Sha'Carri Richardson went 10:65. Shericka Jackson, 10:72. Shelly Ann Fraser-Pryce, 10:77. I think this is her 15th medal in the world champs, so I think she surpasses Usain Bolt. I'll have to check that. Marie-José Talou in 4th from Cote d'Ivoire, 10:81. Julian Alfred, 10:93. She just won pros competing for Puma. Ua Sabota, 10:97 PB. Wow, that's awesome. 7th place, Brittany Brown, 10:97. And in 8th place, Dina Asher-Smith, 11 flat. Sha'Carri Richardson is now the world champion. She ran up around the track. People were screaming. She did a dance. They're doing a press thing with her right now. And there'll be wonderful quotes out there. I got a little piece up. And what did I say? Let me give you my pithy little comment. Yeah, she had a great start. It was amazing. And that was one of the things I really liked. But that wasn't the only thing I liked. From lane 9, Sha'Carri Richardson ran her race. Great start. Did not care anyone else out there. 10:65 championship record. That says it all. Sha'Carri finally did what people thought she could do for a couple years. She is a social media phenomenon. She is one of the most popular athletes in the sport. Young women are identifying her. Young fans are identifying with her. I put a tweet out, and the numbers were crazy. I mean, within like 3 or 4 minutes. So I think people are going to be celebrating this one. And, I'm looking forward to see what Lee Diffie says on NBC and Otto Bolden about this wonderful race. But again, Sha'Carri Richardson, 10:65 championship record, gold. Shericka Jackson, 10:72 for silver. Shelly Ann Fraser-Pryce, 10:77 seasonal best for the bronze. That 100 meters was worth the hype. This is day 3 for the World Outdoor Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary, National Athletic Center. It's about 11:35 p.m. local time in Budapest. So what the hell does that mean? It's about 4:30 in Chicago, 5:30 in New York, and it's 2:30 in California. So enjoy, campers. But it's been a great championship so far. Thanks to Mike Deering, who is managing me on a daily basis. Thanks to Deji Ugayimbu, Justin Legat, Stuart Weir, Dave Hunter. Thanks to Sam Ferris, Jeff Benjamin, Elliot Denman. Thanks to my brother Brian, who helped me found this lovely site and convinced me that, a blog was the way for me to go. And he's trying to keep our stuff together. But dear brother and I will be in Paris together next year for Paris 2024. So have a lovely evening. Hasta la bye-bye. Hasta libido. And again, have a beer for me because, kids, I'm drinking sparkling water. I'm really trying to behave. This whole jet lag thing, I slept earlier this morning, got a good night's sleep. So I'm trying to keep that stuff going. Okay. Looking forward to do some interviews, and I will talk with you soon.